Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be covering a reset session, okay? Now this is not a cognitive reset where we punch somebody in the face and they take a nap and we wake them back up and everything's better. Unfortunately, that's illegal. We're not allowed to do that, okay? So that's not what I'm talking about. Instead, this is how we get a kid or a parent or somebody re-engaged, not a parent, but an adult student re-engaged with what's going on in class and help them to do a great job and be successful in that class, okay? So when we do a reset session, there are a couple of important things you need to notice. Number one, you have to notice what's going on. So maybe you've got a kid who's a little bit depressed. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe you've got a kid who's got an injury that we didn't see at the beginning of class. Maybe you've got a kid who is just a nutcase today, right? It's a full moon, they just had candy. Maybe they were sitting in a long car ride on the way here, or they didn't get their nap yesterday. Who knows what it is, but they're just a little bit crazy, okay? So when we do these reset sessions, they're going to be for different reasons. But number one, you got to notice what's going on. Number two, you want to pull that kid out in a way that is not going to point them out to everybody else, okay? So if we're working maybe Kibon and there's a kid who's just like kind of everywhere where we're doing Kibon, where everybody else is doing this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come up behind the group. We're going to tap that kid on the shoulder. We're not going to be like, Jimmy, get over here, right? We're not going to do that. We want to reprimand in private to the best of our ability, okay? So we want to go and we want to tap Mr. Jimmy on the shoulder. Hey, Jimmy, come back here with me for just a second, okay? And we're going to go through the reset. When we do the reset, it has a couple of different parts. Number one, make a connection, okay? Hey, Jimmy, I noticed that you're struggling to be still today. Yeah, I've got a lot of energy today, okay? I've noticed what's going on. Specify what's going on, okay? You don't want to just have them drop and do 50 push-ups and they don't know why, okay? So we're going to notice what's going on and we're going to make a connection. We're going to say, hey, why do you think that's a problem, right? Maybe they've got an injury. Maybe they need to go to the bathroom, okay? And we just didn't notice it. Now, if you get an adult who needs to go to the bathroom and they're doing the dance, maybe they need to be in the kids' class. I don't know, okay? We have problems, right? But whatever the problem is there, we're gonna make a connection. A lot of times there are things going on with these kids that we do not know about. And so by asking instead of telling at the very beginning of that reset session, we can stop ourselves from making a lot of mistakes, okay? I've gotten onto a lot of kids, man, grandma just died yesterday, okay? And so they're kind of acting out because of that. And I was like, real hard on them. And then mom told me after class that that was what was going on. And I felt absolutely terrible and I didn't help that student to succeed. So ask first. Second thing you're gonna do, you are going to set the expectation. Hey, in this class, when we're standing in lines, we're going to stand still. When we're doing our student creed, we're going to stand perfectly still. So once we set that expectation, we're then going to say, okay, in order to help you remember that, we're going to do some push-ups, okay? Now, it could be a physical activity or it could be a moment of silence, right? So maybe if we've got a kid who's kind of slow, they're kind of draggy that day, we need to do something to pump them up, right? Something fun like jumping jacks, boom. You can do that fast. Can you do, 20 punches faster than me, right? That's a kind of a challenge and something that's going to pump them up. Maybe we got that kid that's kind of crazy. Okay, in order to help you remember to control your body, we're going to practice that real quick. Let's sit in a crisscross applesauce. We're going to take 10 deep, slow breaths, right? But it's something that engages their body and makes them physically focus in the direction that we want the activity to happen, okay? Then we're going to get an agreement. We're going to say, okay, Jimmy, I'm so glad you're here. I want you to do this with me. I think it would be great for you to get out there and join the class. But in order to do that, you have to agree that you're going to follow whatever the rule is, okay? Whatever the expectation of behavior is. Can you do that for me? And if they say no, well, I'm so sorry that you're not willing to do that. And then we go into a disciplinary action, right? But if they are, then you get a physical interaction, a high five, a handshake. I really like the handshake because it's like giving your word, okay? It says, okay, you're going to give me your word that you're going to, not punch Gertrude in the eyeball anymore, okay? Now we're going to get that handshake. You're promising by giving me this handshake. So this is a serious thing. Yes, sir. Okay, great. Let's give the handshake. Great, man. We're going to jump back into class. Now we reintroduce them to the class in a positive way. I know you can do this. I know you're going to be great at this. I know you're going to work hard at this, right? And then get them back into the class in a positive way, all right? So those are kind of the main steps. So now I'm going to give you some examples. We're going to run through these real fast. So I've got a couple of different kids with me today who have maybe some different issues, okay? So let's have Mr. Zander go ahead and come out for me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Zander, he's just had a rough day. Maybe his dog died yesterday. Maybe something terrible happened. I don't know. Okay, but he's just no wait. I'm sorry. I've got the wrong student here. I'm so sorry, Mr. Zander. You're going to be the one who is super crazy today. Is that correct? Okay, excellent. So Mr. Zander's had too much sugar, and he had a long car ride to get here, and he had to sit in testing all day to day at school. So he is just absolutely wound up. So we're at the beginning of class. Mr. Zander, let's go ahead and start class. Give me a Chario.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, Kyungye. Awesome. We're going to go through our student creed. I am a martial artist.
I am a martial artist.
I will choose integrity over comfort.
I will choose integrity over comfort.
Courtesy over selfishness.
Courtesy over selfishness.
Okay, now as the instructor, I noticed that he's kind of being crazy, and I can give him some eye contact here, but that's pretty much all I can do because I'm leading an entire group. So one of my assistants is going to come along behind him. What happened to being crazy?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There it is. He's being crazy now, right? And so, oh man, he's kind of going all over the place. So one of my assistants is going to come along. Hey, Mr. Zander, would you come back here with me for a second? Excellent. Okay, we're now at the back of the mat. So, Mr. Zander, hey, would you have a seat for me for a second?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. I noticed that you have a ton of energy today, and that is great. We're going to use that energy, but I got to tell you something. On the mat, when we're doing our student creed, we got to be frozen like a statue. Can you stand up for me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Will you show me super perfect standing like a statue? Excellent. Now, as still as you can. Oh my gosh, you're doing such a great job. Take a nice deep breath for me. Excellent. We call this self-control. You're doing an amazing job, Mr. Zander. Thank you so much. So when we're on the mats and we're doing our student creed, I need you to make sure that you're focused on being perfectly still like a statue. Can you agree to do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Would you shake my hand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. Now, you just made a promise to me, and I want you to do a great job of standing still. Let's go try it during this next exercise.
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Let's jump in, man. Great. So that's a reset session. Super easy. I kind of got him focused, got him toned down, got him focused in on me. When they're really crazy, man, we need to narrow their focus, okay? Excellent. Okay, so now I've got another student who has an injury that I didn't know about, okay? Miss Christy, would you go ahead and come on out here?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So at the very beginning of class, we do a lot of warm-ups and we do a lot of high cardio things that are getting us moving, okay? So Miss Christy today, unbeknownst to me, she has a broken toe, okay? She stubbed her toe on the coffee table yesterday and her toe is broken. And I didn't know about it, okay? So Miss Christy, let's go ahead and, all right, class, we're going to do some jumping jacks. Let's do 25 of them together. Ready, go! And Miss Christy's kind of doing this funky like Indian rain dance thing. I don't know what's going on here, right? And I'm like, that's not how we do a jumping jack. And maybe as the instructor, I can be like, oh man, Miss Christy, can we get those feet together in a park, right? And then she kind of tries and then things get funky, right? It's just not working. So one of my assistants is going to come along behind her and they're going to say, hey, Miss Christy, let's go right over here. Okay, we're going to go over here to the back of the mat, right? Hey, Miss Christy, have a seat for a second.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I noticed that when you were doing your jumping jacks, they were kind of different than everybody else's. What's going on with that? Oh no, you broke your toe? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that we didn't ask about that at the beginning of class. Do you need some tape on your toe or something?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some tape. We're going to do whatever we need to first aid wise. And then we're going to help her to get reintegrated into class. Okay, Miss Christy, I know that toe is going to give you some trouble today, but I also know that you're super strong. So we're going to get in there and we're going to train anyway. Do you think you can do that?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. Okay, so the physical activity for us was actually going and getting the tape and putting it on the toe, right? We're not necessarily going to do push-ups here. There's no reason. There's no punishment necessary here. There's no reset physically here that we need to do. We just kind of got her re-engaged. Okay, when we do jumping jacks, what I want you to do is just jump on that one leg, and we won't worry about doing a full jumping jack today, okay? Awesome. All right, Miss Christy, I know you're going to do a great job and give it your best today. Let's go ahead and hop back into class. Great work, okay? And so now she's re-engaged. Thank you, Miss Christy. You can step off to the side. Great job. Okay, she's re-engaged. She's going to give it her best effort, okay? And I didn't have to discipline at all because there wasn't a discipline issue. She just had a broken toe, and we needed to make sure it wasn't going to fall off during class, right? Okay, super important. I did set the expectation, however, that she's going to try her best even though she's injured today, all right? And now I know, and I can go and communicate to the other instructors, hey, Miss Christy's got a broken toe. She's not going to be doing any jumping jacks or plank positions or anything that's going to get that toe bent backwards. That's going to hurt. Okay, finally, I've got one more student today, okay? So Miss Becca, would you come on out here? Okay, excellent. So Miss Beckett is going to be our student who just lost her pet, or grandma died yesterday or something terrible. Okay. All right, class. Let's go ahead and get ready. Everybody, give me a focus clap. 1. Oh, this is terrifying. Like I can already tell as an instructor, this is going to be rough. Okay, maybe I can give it a little bit more energy. Okay, let's try that. All right, Miss Becca, I need you to show me your very best horse stance, please. Everybody go horse stance, please. Boom. And she kind of gives me like this, right? And I'm like, oh man, this is not good, okay? So maybe I'm kind of like pointing to one of my instructors and being like, hey, you need to come over here. Hopefully I don't have to do that. Hopefully one of my instructors has already come over. Hey, Miss Becca, hey, I noticed you're struggling a little bit today. Let's go over here and talk for just a second. Miss Becca, are you feeling okay today? No. Oh man, Miss Becca, what's going on?
My cat ran away.
Your cat ran away? I'm so sorry. You know what? I really hope your cat comes back. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better today?
No.
No? I tell you what, Miss Becca, you know what's going to make you feel better? Getting out here and having some fun with your friends and being distracted from your cat for just a minute. And it's really going to help. And I know that you're a little bit sad today, but sometimes life is hard. And what we can do today is help you to overcome that difficulty. Okay? So can you agree with me that even though you're a little bit sad inside, you're going to be strong on the outside and you're going to give it your absolute best today?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I want you to show me your 5 best punches right here to prove that to me. Oh man, that was amazing. Great job. Oh, look, now you're engaged. Did you start to feel a little bit better?
Yes, sir.
Excellent, man. I'm so excited. Great job. Let's go ahead and jump back into class. You're going to be going over with this group over here, and they're going to be working hard, and I know you can do it. Okay? So now, again, I gave her something that kind of got her jazzed up a little bit. Asked for her best of something to show her how to overcome that. Thank you, Miss Becky. You did a great job today. Now remember that every student and every situation is going to be different. Sometimes you're going to do 5 reset sessions with a kid in the same class, and they're going to get progressively more difficult, okay? Sometimes you're going to do 1 reset session in a year with the student, and that student's a rock star 90% of the time, and that one time, they're just a nutcase on the floor today. Man, if they're a rock star 90% of the time, don't immediately jump on them, right? Something's wrong. Something has changed. If they're usually really energetic, and today they're just draggy, right? Find out what's going on. Don't immediately jump on them, and remember to reprimand in private to the best of your ability. We can't always do that, and sometimes that public reprimand can be a useful tool, but very, very seldom. So that's how you run a reset session, guys. Get with your teammates and practice that. Have your teammate act out one of those scenarios and practice doing it with them. All right, guys, keep training, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next video.